Today we had the first cool day in quite a while this summer, so I really enjoyed my hot porridge for breakfast. But the next few days we have a heat wave again, so I'm cooking up a storm to make sure we have food to eat those days, because I will not be bothered cooking. And being on the ration, that makes it a little bit difficult. So yeah, I've got a roast pork cooking in the oven for kiddo and hubby. That'll be for sandwiches and other things as well. And I'm leaving some of my avocado oil lard ration in the bottle, because I'll be using some of the dripping to make my roast potatoes for this weekend. Oh, I'm so looking forward to that. We haven't had a roast pork in a long time because it's been hot. So today I'm going to do, for rationing, I'm going to do an egg and bacon pie. I'm also going to do a bacon and split pea veg soup, and later I'm going to do a veg curry. So then I've got portions to put in the freezer as well. And since my imaginary chooks laid so well this week, I've still got 5 eggs left of my 7 that I had. See, my eggs don't touch, ration eggs. I'm going to make the egg and bacon pie, and if I don't eat it all, I tend not to eat it all this week, I'm going to put some in the freezer, because that way if they don't lay as well next week, like 2 or 3 eggs only, then I'll need something eggy. So I'm trying to think ahead, and I'm sure if they had the freezers back in the World War II, they would have used them too, to great effect. So I've got my ingredients set up here, well, most of them. Let me just spin you around. Okay, the bread I've had going out stale for about an hour or so on the bench. It'll be the crust, because it's too hot to make the potato pastry pie. I'm already cooking enough, so I can't be bothered doing that today. This is my bacon ration for this week. Half will be in there and half will be in the bacon soup. There's my eggs, mushrooms, spring onions. I'm debating whether to put spinach in the pie or not. That just depends on how full it gets, I guess. So I'll leave the bacon out. Just that for the bacon for the pie, and the rest soup that can go back in the fridge. Because it's already hot enough in here, I do not want that to go off. Let's turn the pan on for the bacon and the mushrooms. So, turn on the scale. Oh, that was enough I cut the potatoes with before. Just a little roast spuds. Kniffy. Okay, on there. And the mushrooms that I actually got. Let's see. Tear that out. That's 131 grams of mushrooms. Mushroom 131. So if it's a good recipe, I know what to make for next time. I'm on day 4 of the first week of the rations. I'm hoping to do it for 12 months if I can. Just bear with me while I work out the camera angles too. I'm new at this sort of vlogging. What was I saying? It's already hot, so my brain's a bit fried, because the oven's been going for over 2 hours now with the roast pork in there. Just whack the potatoes in. So with the MS, I'm heat intolerant, so my brain can get a bit foggy when I get over hot. That's part of the reason why I have to cook all this today for the next few days. That way, if I'm literally just stuck on the couch, I've got food to eat. And now that I'm rationing, I can't just, order takeaway or go get a convenience roast chook from the shop or anything. So yeah, I'm almost done with my potato leek soup that I made the day before it started. That's been come in handy. So I feel like some bacon and split pea soup. So that should be tasty as well. But yeah, as I said, the chickens laid well this week. I got 7 eggs this week when I rolled the dice. But I may not get that many next week. So I definitely want to have eggs. I'm doing eggy every week if I can. And I looked this up, an egg and bacon pie is a thing, and was a thing at the time. There was even egg and sausage pie. But yeah, I don't want to do the crust. This is the first lot of my cooking oil I've used this week. So as I said, some of that I will take as the lard that's in the fat that's in the pan. So I definitely will not use all of this week, so I can transfer next week. But anything else I've been cooking in a dry pan, I'll use a margarine. There's not a lot of fat in here. What I usually do is I add a bit of water and then put a lid on, and that helps get the mushrooms reduced without burning. Right size, yep. Lid on. Make it loud, sorry. There we go. Just how to get them nice and brown and yummy and flavourful without using a ton of my ration oil. I mean that years ago when I was in the low fat craze in the 90s. So that's transferred over to this, thankfully. See they're softening already. You do the same when caramelising onions too for French onion soup or whatever. Okay, now that's half of the bacon. Yeah, I'm not going to need to add some spinach to this. It's not going to be much filling for the pie. Make 6 portions if I can. Brown some more. And while that's browning, I'm going to put the bread as the crust. I'm definitely intrigued to make the potato pastry for the pie. But I think it's a little bit just too hot today to do that, and I've heard if you freeze it, it can go a bit rubbery. So with time of the essence today, I really just don't want to play with that. Fill in the gaps. Cut that one a bit short, I thought I did. It's not going to look pretty, but I'm using up the bread we've got in the freezer before I buy the next lot. This one's been in there a little while, so it's a bit, not freezer bit yet, but it's heading there. You know. So, a bit more there. Okay, that looks good. Now back to the pan. Yeah, that's certainly not going to be enough filling. It's shrunk a lot like mushrooms do, so I'm going to chuck in a red capsicum as well. Woo. Okay, so this is starting to stick, so I'll add more oil. I'm going to add a bit more water. loosened that up quite nicely. I always forget how much mushrooms shrink down when you cook them. Oh well. Spring onion. Debating whether to put spinach or peas in. The peas are nice and quiche. So we'll get the bread for the carbs. The spinach also wilts down in this watery. I think I'll go with the spinach. So technically I could do both. Save the peas to go in some rice or potato salad or something later. Okay. Let that wilt down a bit. Mix up the eggs. Sorry about the noise. I had to put the fan on because I just set the smoke alarm off. Gave me a fright. Okay, so. That's well cooked. Move that so I don't melt the plastic. Hey, you jumped out of the pan. What did they give me? Just a minute there. Okay. So let's put you in here. Now I'm sure in a bigger household or bigger family you'd have more bacon to put in their pongri, because you have rations from each person, but I don't, so I've bulked it out with veggies that I think that should taste good in there as well. Hello my lovelies, here we go. Thank you imaginary chickens. Let's give you, let's keep that carton for next week. So eggs here, shells there. Oh, hello Shell. And lucky number 5. Nope, more Shell. Oh. Okay. There we go. Put that one back in the fridge. Wash my hands. I love drying my hands on these hand towels because my mother-in-law made them many years ago, and they've been a happy part of our home. I miss her very much. And here's to measure out the milk too. How about that? These. Oh, might not be big enough. Uh-oh. Thought I had to add the milk. Okay. Let's see how much milk. $118. I think 150 will probably be good. 30 mils per egg. because this is different than full cream milk, which adds some fat and other stuff. Might want to be too watery. Yep, 150 mils. Turn the fan off now that I'm not cooking on the stove anymore. Oh, that's better. Okay, come on, you can mix. Your bowl's not quite big enough. Some pepper. For those that aren't salt sensitive, I'm sure you can add salt. Always add some chili flakes too if you want. Herbs. I'm just keeping it basic today. So again, I'm running out, already heating up. Normally I have the drapes and everything closed, the blackout blinds closed. I need some light for filming. So I'm heating up real fast. Oh, here we go. Okay. So that looks good. Again, if I wasn't rationing and if I wasn't dairy free now, I would actually put some cheese on top to make it yummy, even yummier, I mean. But no. Okay, time to put it in the oven. Woohoo! There's the pork and the potatoes. So potatoes are in there, and mine are at the back. They're a different shape and a different colour to hubbies and kiddos. So it's got 6 minutes left to go to check it. So then I need to add thyme. Yeah, okay. Gonna make the soup now, but I'm not going to film it. I'm too hot and bothered. So that's the ingredients. This is what I wrote down for the quiche. I swapped the amount of bacon because that's got the egg anyway, and this will flavour the soup better if I use more bacon in there. So I'll show you the finished product of both the soup and the egg and bacon pie when I'm done. Toodaloo. So there's the egg and bacon pie, egg, bacon and veg pie, I guess, out of the oven. My soup is still cooking. There's my spuds. And I'm in the middle of doing my curry. I am so hot. I can't wait to go sit in front of the fan. Whew. Okay, so there's the finished pie. There's the finished soup that I've half whizzed. And the curry is still cooking. I'm going to go lay down. I'm so tired. Oh. So I managed to get 6 portions like I wanted, though I kind of miscut them a bit. Put these 4 on the baking paper to put in the freezer to freeze, and I can wrap them up. So this one's a little bit tiny compared to the others. That's okay. That's for dinner tonight. That's for lunch probably tomorrow. So yeah, 6 portions out of 5 eggs. I'm really happy with that. Okay, it's later in the evening. I've dished up my dinner and now I'm going to try the pie. Oh, that is nice. I'm glad I put the capsicum and the veggies in. Some sun-dried tomatoes in there would have really just finished it off, but I'm rationing. So no, I'm very happy with that. I will definitely make that again when I have a glut of eggs from my girly girls. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye. 4 portions in there and 4 other portions for the freezer. Lots and lots of curry. Yum.